Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video will be on this sleep robe for the kids with waist belts. If this is your first time of stopping by, do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And to my old subscribers, guys know that I always have you in mind. In fact, I love you guys especially. Thank you very much for supporting me. And without wasting so much time, let's get straight into the video. So we're having light issues, that's why we are filming on this area. So I'll be using 1.5 yard of fabric, my tape, my scissors, and my chalk. This yard of fabric depends on how big or small your child is. I think 1.5 or 2 yards, and I am making for 8 to 9 years. So the first thing I did is to mark a straight line as our starting point, and then I marked my shoulder, the measurement divided by 2. Then the next thing I'm marking is my neckline, 3 inches by 1 inch. So this is for our back neckline. We are marking the back bodice first. It seems like I'm talking too much. I'm marking the back bodies first, then we'll go on to the front one. So I collected this as a round neckline, and then for the bust point, normal my bust point is supposed to be around 6 inches, but I added 2 inches because it's not a fitted cloth, and because I'm going to join it at the shoulder and also that's the armhole, and also at the lower side, I added extra 1 inch for it. So my normal measurement plus about 3 inches. I hope you get this now. So at that point, I'm going to be adding my hip measurement divided by 4. That you're going to be adding your largest part measurement, which is your hip, I believe, divided by 4, and I added extra 3 inches to it. So 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for stitching allowance. And then from that shoulder slope, when you look at the robe, you see that the shoulder is downward a bit. I don't know how to explain this. So I went down by 3.5 inches, and then I'll connect this line all the way to the bust point. I'll go ahead and curve in my armhole. I just hope you understand this because it seems like I am rushing my words this morning. Then for my shoulder slope, I went down by 1/2 inch, and then I'll go ahead and connect this line to my neckline, or to my starting point. And that's it for this. Then I'll go ahead and take the length of the robe, and for the length of the robe, I am working with the length 32 inches, 32 to 35 inches. I can't even remember at this point. And then I'll go ahead. I'm also going to add 2 inches stitching allowance to it to hem it. Then I'll connect this line straight, and that's basically all for the back bodies. I'll go ahead and cut this out, and we're going to be using it to cut out the front bodies as well, but there's some adjustment to it. So for the front bodies, you can see I've transferred it to another fabric, and I have about 1.5 inches or 1 inch, depending on what you want, at the center front. And then for the neckline, I'm going to go ahead from the starting point. I'm going to trace out the starting point of this robe or of this pattern, whichever. And then from there, I'll place my tape there. And then I'll go down by about 7 inches for the neck depth. And then I'll trace out the back neck width. I'll go ahead and connect these 2 points with a slanted line. Once I am done with this, we are going to go ahead. So this is the only difference between the back and the front, the neckline and also the front. So at this place, you go ahead to curve it in. You don't want to have a sharp edge there, so you curve it a bit. And I'll go ahead and cut all these pieces. Remember what I said is different is that we added 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and then the neckline as well. So this is for the sleeve. I cut out my sleeve. Remember we took out 3.5 inches, so I deducted it for the length of my sleeve, added my hemming allowance. And then if you don't know how to cut your basic sleeve, I'll put it in the description box. Please check it out. I don't want this tutorial to be too long, that's why I kind of not really showed the tutorial on the sleeve. So this is for the robe. Done cutting out the front and the back. I forgot to mention the fabric I was using. I was using a satin fabric. So this is where I told you that you should make it not to be sharp. You can see it's kind of curving. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to open up the bodice, and then we are going to be doing front facing front. Please, if you don't understand anything, do well to leave a question in the comment section and I will reply you, because it seems like I am rushing my words because I have other things to do. I'm sorry about that. So I'll go ahead and stitch the shoulder measurement by half of an. I'll stitch the shoulder by half of an inch on this side, and I'll also on the other side, front facing front, I'll go ahead and stitch down by half of an inch. So for the sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and hem it in preparation for the attachment. So I'll hem it and do the same thing for this other side. So guys, this is what we have. After stitching the shoulder, I attached the sleeve. I believe you know how to attach the sleeve. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to measure where we have our collar. You should call it collar at this point, right? It's safe to call it collar. So I'll start from the hem. So this is the center front, so I'll start from the hem and I'll measure all the way to the back neckline, and then I'll measure all the way to the other side of the front. I hope you understand where we're measuring. So the center front from the hem, just like you want to attach collar to it. So this is what we have. For the width of it, we have 4 inches, and then the length is as long as we measured. So I'll fold it into 2. I'll bring on my bodice. I'll also start this stitching from the hem as well. So I'll place it this way, and then I'll stitch by half of an inch all the way through where we measured to the end. Then for the thing we want to use to attach the rope, I have the length at 5 inches and the width for 1.5 inches. So I'll fold it this way, just like you see me show you guys, in preparation for attaching it to the rope. Then when you get to the end, make sure you fold in the rough edges before doing the same thing for the other side. And then for the rope that we have for the waist, the width is 4 inches. Then the length is my waist measurement. I added about 10 inches extra to the waist measurement. So I'm going to be slanting it to give it a slant there, and then I'll stitch it and turn it to the right side. So guys, this is our robe. You can see the collar area or the center front. I'm done attaching those the fabric. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to place this way, and I'll stitch at the side seam, from the sleeve to the end. I'll do the same thing for the other side of it. Once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and hem this all around. So guys, this is what we have after we are done. You can see what we have after we are done. Then I went ahead to attach this. So to attach this, you measure from the shoulder to your waistline, and then you attach this. And also for our belt is ready, and that's basically for this for this night robe. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, wash my ass, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.